Hello, my name is Giselle, and my current event is about the Mekong River and what is currently happening to their water and the environment within the greater Mekong area. The Mekong River is an interconnected river that travels throughout Southeast Asia. The river starts in China and flows throughout countries such as Myanmar, Laos, Thailand, and Cambodia, fanning out in Vietnam and empties into the South China Sea. It is one of the main waterways providing home to both animals and people. However, in the last few years, there have been a few problems. One of these is an increase in plastic pollution. The Mekong River is just one of 10 rivers that collectively releases 95% of plastics within the world's oceans. The countries that surround the Mekong are some of the countries that discharge the most plastic pollution in the world. This includes China, Thailand, and Vietnam. Japan has worked alongside the United Nations Environment Program to ensure that there would be an effort to decrease the amount of plastic pollution in Asia. They had proposed the Countermeasure Project, which would aid in measuring and monitoring plastic waste disposal. The Countermeasure Project would also increase policymaking in Mekong countries and in India. The Mekong River Commission, or MRC, is a collective of the Mekong countries that have come together to manage the lower Mekong River basin. In February, the MRC and other environmental groups came together to discuss ways to study plastic pollution along the Mekong. They agreed on continuing providing data to people in the region, as well as offering policy recommendation to address the issues. Another issue that has become prominent within these last few years is the prevalence of hydropower. While hydropower can be beneficial, it definitely has its setbacks, especially along this river. The river carries about 1,000 species of fish, and its great productivity depends greatly on seasonal floods. However, the increase in dams along the river has held back more than 12 trillion gallons of water, severely disrupting the flow within the river. China operates 11 dams along the Mekong, and whenever the drought season kicks in, China can control the flow of the river. This has impacted fish migration, washed away crops, and livestock, as well as disrupting economies. Furthermore, the amount of water has decreased so much that rocks and sandbars can be seen within the wide waterways. In Laos, 60 dams have been constructed. Many communities and environmentalists were concerned that these dams would cause more harm than good. However, the dam developers reassured that there would be ways to prevent heavy negative impacts. After the dams began operating, the Mekong had turned blue in areas of the south. The blue color indicates that the river had been stripped of its nutrients and enriched soil. This can have severe effects such as eating at the river banks and causing erosion. Despite the many complaints against the development of hydropower, decision makers have continued to go forward in building and operating dams. Laos, a country that depended heavily on international aid and foreign investment, believes that with the creation of hydropower, the country would become a battery for Southeast Asia, hopefully providing electricity to many. So while the conversation of whether or not hydropower is really good for the environment in Southeast Asia, there has been not much progress made in terms of truly restoring the river, whether it's about plastic pollution or the effects of hydropower. And this has to do more with the fact that politics and industry has gotten in the way of any change. Regardless, people still have hope that there is a way to mitigate these effects and solve these issues one step at a time. Thank you.